The Beast's Reprise, a short story by Kristian Richmond. This is also being read to you by Kristian Richmond. Hello. There exists a realm of infinite malleability. Well, infinite insofar as a single man's mind can spin infinitesimal imaginations. This realm has played host to cities, entire countries, an ever-shifting world which, for the sake of this particular stage, has often enough been a simple field. Today, though, you need only imagine a room no larger than a few meters long and a few meters wide. It is not an unpleasant room, nor is it luxurious. It is, perhaps, reminiscent of an interrogation room, the like seen often in procedural crime dramas. Unlike in procedural crime dramas, however, this room is host to a demonic creature known only as the Beast. The Beast may have been humanoid in form once, no longer. The closest thing I might direct your imagination towards is that of a long-dead werewolf, rotten flesh and matted fur clinging to its sinewy form. It was at once both lean and broad, starving, yet lumbering. If it stood, it would fill its side of a room with unnatural height. At present, however, it was leaning languidly over a table, chin cupped in a long-clawed hand, tapping the surface impatiently with the other. It huffed hot air from the end of its snout. It had been waiting a very long time. Eventually, after an age, or perhaps 5 minutes, footsteps echoed from behind the door. For the sake of thematic cohesion, we'll call it a solid wooden door, its ordinary appearance belying its ability to keep the occupant inside the room. It swung open to admit a man who glanced at the Beast as if it were an expected guest. The man swung the door shut and took a seat opposite. The Beast eyed the man with open disgust. "So," it rasped, its voice deep with an unnatural timbre, "the boy deigns to remember his old friend and pay it a visit." It gestured at the room with a decomposing arm. "Is that what this is? Am I to be an inmate today? Or is this just the prelude to some new flight of fancy?" Disdain dripped from the Beast's tongue, but it was speaking of written history. Many a time before had the Beast and the boy engaged in allegorical combat. "Do you remember," the Beast pushed, cataract eyes lighting up dangerously, "the days when you would arm yourself with absurd metaphors and beat me into submission? Or better, the days when I would level cities with nothing but your useless ragdoll body and a torrent of bitter truths." The man did little during the Beast's tirade, but sit patiently and study the thing. It was true, of course. Many words had been dedicated to symbolizing the man's own pain in torturous reams of combat, perpetuated by the very Beast that sat before him now. But it had been years since the Beast's existence had even crossed his mind. "You forgot me," the Beast chuckled, "but I did not forget you. You may not have written me, but I still whisper in your ear all the same. I still paint this world red with your inadequacies. You still carry me with you wherever you go." "I think," the man said, "I have figured you out." The Beast rolled its fetid eyes and leaned back in its chair. "Have you now?" "Yes. You see, the casual observer might say that you are not real." "Oh, you're showing this to people," the Beast cackled. "That is delightful." "But you are," the man continued. "By your very nature, by the fact that I've returned to you so often as a means of visualizing my pain, you are, in a sense, quite real." "Oh good, it's therapy hour," the Beast purred. "You know that in every single one of these little tales, you've tried to convince yourself that it's the final one. It's the moment of grand epiphany you've been working towards your entire life. You're solved! You defeated the Beast." It cackled. "Honestly, who's even reading this tripe?" "Maybe nobody," the man replied calmly. "Maybe nobody but me. But maybe I'm the only one who really needs to." The Beast leaned forwards again, leering across the table. "Cut the crap. What's the big reveal this week? It's been years, but you never change. And don't," it added, raising a single claw, "write me as some poor defeated wretch with a sword in its heart at the end. That never sticks, and it's just embarrassing." The man smiled tightly. "No swords this time. No big bombastic set piece. I don't need it." "Your readers might," the Beast cut in with a cackle. The man regarded the Beast silently from across the table for a moment, took in the matted fur, the teeth, claws, undead stench, the grotesqueness of it all. "I need you," he said simply. "You need me," it replied flatly. "Yes." The Beast considered. "Well, that's certainly new. Weren't you always afraid that I would overtake you, or something?" "Yes," the man agreed. "You're my negativity, or so I thought. Or my anger, or my self-hatred, all that. But what was I doing in those stories all those years ago? Punching the snot out of you? Or having you punch the snot out of me? To what end?" "Self-indulgent purple prose to show the world how impressively in pain you were?" The man laughed lightly. "Yes, I suppose." "And you're still at it," the Beast added. "And I'm still at it," he agreed. "But you and I are the same," he continued. "Separating these two parts of myself was a great way to show my inner turmoil, but it was also a rejection of my own feelings. You were my negativity, therefore you were my enemy. But isn't that a little absurd?" "It's childish," the Beast murmured. As you always were. As you still are. Suddenly, the room expanded, changed. Procedural crime drama no more. The interrogation room was now a parlour fit for nobility. Paintings adorned the walls, bookshelves flanked the corners. The chairs and table remained, but they were now plush leather seats and a mahogany table. "What is this?" the beast snorted. "I am going to listen to you," the man said. "You can throw loathing at me all you like. I can see that for what it is now." "Of course you can. But I'm not fighting you anymore. You are me, and you exist, and you will exist alongside the rest of me. You do not rule me, you do not own me, but you exist for a reason. Perhaps some balancing instinct gone wrong. Shutting you out was never the answer. Vilifying you was self-destructive. What I really need to do is learn from you." The beast eyed him bemusedly. "You're never this proper in the real world," it muttered. The man held its gaze and it sighed. "I'm not going to be your friend. That's not possible. But if you will start listening to me..." The beast shrugged. "Maybe I could give you more of an idea where my criticisms actually come from." The man nodded. "Good. Glad we settled that without a sword fight." He frowned, suddenly lost. "Now how the hell do I end this thing?" The beast barked a laugh. "Hell if I know. You're the one with all that vaunted creativity. You can't even end a short story. You'll never make a writer." "I already am one," the man retorted, striding out of the room. "Nice try, though." "Where are you even going?" the beast called after him. "Isn't it about time you gave me a less edgy name? And some real pronouns? And a better voice?" But the man was already gone, and that, the beast supposed, was the end of that. End of A Beast's Reprise by Kristian Richmond. I did have a stuffy nose, so apologies for that.